When to apply sunscreen? This is something that I'm asked all the time. Well, let me break it down for you. Sunscreen is not just for when there is sun, even though that's the analogy, but pretty much when there's daylight is the time that you need to be. It doesn't have to be super sunny, just as long as there's daylight. So in your morning routine or in the AM care, that's where it needs to be critically placed. A common question I get, if I apply sunscreen in the morning, is that enough for the rest of the day? Well, not really. The reason is, when you apply sunscreen, it typically has a longevity of about 1.5 to 2 hours, maximum 3 to 4 hours these days with the advanced sunscreens. So you need to reapply your sunscreen depending on the type of sunscreen you're using. So if you're using an advanced formula with a built-in antioxidant, you can reapply it and once a day, so that's morning AM routine, and then reapply at noon. That should get you through because of the antioxidant in the sunscreen. But if you're using a regular sunscreen without an antioxidant, then you need to reapply every 2 hours. That's at least 4 times a day. How much sunscreen should I apply? That's another question, right? So how much do we apply? People will say a pea size, a cone size, etc. Not really. Take your 2 fingers and then pump your sunscreen out along the finger. So whatever comes along the length of that, that's how much you require on the entire face, and then 3rd finger for your neck area. Don't forget, sunscreen is not just for the face, but it's the face and neck and also your ears, especially you're going to be outdoors. And if you're one who rides a bike or is outdoorsy, don't forget to use it on the hands. Otherwise, we know how this gets tanned, right? All the bike riders out there know what I'm talking about. Which layer is the sunscreen? That's another question. Well, sunscreen is the last layer in your skincare routine. So if you're cleansing, then using a serum and then a moisturizer, then would come the sunscreen. But if you're simple in your skincare routine or you're using multifunctional sunscreen, then you would cleanse, maybe use a serum or a moisturizer or none, and then use a sunscreen because the sunscreen has it all. So sunscreen is the last step. Your makeup will go on top of the sunscreen. That's what you need to remember. So moisturizer and then sunscreen, sunscreen and then makeup. My foundation has SPF in it. Is that enough? Let's think about it now critically. SPF and foundation, as long as the SPF is 30 and above, will suffice. But are you going to reapply that foundation again? That's the question I have for you. Not really, right? Because we put our makeup on and we're done for the rest of the day. So that would be an added benefit if you had a foundation with SPF, but use another advanced SPF under that to get that coverage. Plus, remember what I tell you, 2 finger lengths, we never use that much foundation. So we're never going to get enough of sunscreen with a SPF in the foundation. Can I reapply my sunscreen over my makeup? Well, if you have a gel formulation or a spray on or a mineral powder type of sunscreen, then yes, you can. But if not, you can't use the heavy physical sunscreens on makeup. It will destroy the makeup. But if you're okay with it, remove the makeup, put your sunscreen and then reapply. But if you have no patience, then I'd rather you just apply that sunscreen on your makeup. It may look a little blotchy, but at least your skin is protected. How soon should I apply sunscreen? Well, typically, depending on the formulation, sunscreen needs to be applied at least 20 to 30 minutes before you step into a sunny environment. So if you're using sunscreen only for outdoors, it's 20 to 30 minutes before you step out. But even sitting at home or in the office, indoor, there's daylight coming through, you need your sunscreen on. So typically my tip to all my patients is keep it in your bathroom. So right after your shower, after you're done with your skincare, put that sunscreen on so you're set. You don't have to do it as part of a big routine. It just becomes like brushing your teeth. It should be another actionable. That's it.